Well, it's great to see you here this morning, and thanks so much for tuning into the Weather Network. It's 5:35 a.m. I'm Rachel Schoutsen, and this here's what we're talking about. The morning headlines, the extreme cold alert. This is issued by the City of Toronto. It still remains in effect, but a 10-degree jump today. We're going to be a lot warmer as we head into the afternoon. And rush hour begins in the GTA, but for now, we're still pretty smooth out on the roads. I haven't spotted any hiccups. Let's talk about that extreme cold alert. These are issued when the forecast temperature is minus 15 or the wind chill of minus 20. And that's exactly what we are seeing this morning as we take a look at some of the current wind chills and temperatures throughout Ontario. It certainly is a cold one. Minus 15 in the City of Toronto. Let me go back there. Minus 15 in the City of Toronto with a wind chill of minus 20. And then as we look to the afternoon, minus 4 with a wind chill of minus 9. So we're warming up quite a bit into the afternoon. High pressure is in place. Winds are coming out of the south. And we'll talk more about your forecast and the warm up that is to come this week. That's all just ahead. But right now, here's your local. Well, we're 5 days into the new year, and we are experiencing some of the coldest air of the season. It's 5:45 a.m. You're watching the Weather Network. I'm Rachel Schoutsen. And right now, minus 15 in the City of Toronto with a wind chill of minus 20. That's exactly sitting on the criteria of an extreme cold alert. Those are issued by the City of Toronto, and that's exactly what's in place right now. Cold Arctic air, that's really our story today, but warming up into the afternoon. Yesterday, I should say, was really the coldest of it. Today, minus 15, but we're warming up to about minus 4 through the afternoon. So a good jump in temperatures, that's for sure, and it's almost going to feel warm as you head into the afternoon, just by comparison here. A wind chill of minus 9, though, so of course, think about this as you're dressing the kids, sending them off to school. Maybe you're a pedestrian, sending yourself to work. Yeah, think about dressing full-on winter because you will need that for today. This evening, still staying at around minus 4 with a wind chill of minus 10. Up into Barrie, wind chill of minus 16, so it certainly is going to be a little cooler through here. Now, let's take a look into Wednesday because this is where we actually see a bump to above seasonal temperatures. Look at this here. Hey, we'll be 2 degrees above the freezing mark, so some warmer air is certainly coming into play, but I will tell you, a cool down into next week. It's happening. We're seeing this nice chunk of Arctic air making a beeline for our region, and we're going to talk more about this. That's all coming up next in the Long Ranger. And now let me take you into your Long Ranger here. If you don't love this cold, which who really does, right? Well, I have some good news for you. A warm up is coming into play. We're going to start to see that through this afternoon and especially in through Wednesday and Thursday, a return to seasonal. We're not talking 15 degrees here. No, absolutely not. But we'll be getting above the freezing mark, so that wind chill is not going to be such a huge concern as we look at the latter half of this week. Thursday here, hey, look at this, 1 degree. We're above the freezing mark with the wind chill. Feels like minus 2, but a lot more comfortable than what we've been experiencing over the past 24 hours here. I want to show you this. As we look at Friday, showers develop late in the day. For the most part, Friday is going to be a dry day, but we are going to see this Colorado low come into our region. So Friday through the evening, rain showers. Key there, again, warm enough to rain. Friday, we should see a daytime high of about 3 degrees. But I do want to mention, if you are headed up to cottage country, this is where we could see some snow and the potential of some mixing as well. But for the most part, temperatures with this southerly flow still going to be rising in through Saturday. Look at this. This doesn't look like mid-January. Not at all. Barrie at 6 degrees, Toronto at 6 as well. But will this last? Absolutely not. No, we do see a good chunk of Arctic air that's making its way into our region, and next week could be a big one for snow squalls. Well, thanks so much for making the Weather Network a part of your day today. I'm Rachel Schoutsen, and we'll focus in on some of our headlines here because that cold, it's still affecting us, and the extreme cold weather alert is still in place. And of course, a busy drive expected today. We'll talk more about that coming up throughout the show. But the cold, how did you feel about that? Kevin Yarde hit the streets to ask that question. And an extreme cold alert is issued when the forecast temperature is minus 15 with a wind chill of minus 20, and that's exactly what we are seeing here this morning. Now, not everybody hates the cold, no. No, it's really nice for the ice wine makers. Have a look at this. That's when it was this cold. Let's look at this now. It's almost 6 a.m. here, 6:04 a.m. actually. Minus 15 in the City of Toronto, a wind chill of minus 20. Where should we be for this time of year? Just around minus 2 degrees, just about there. Our warmest temperature on this day, January 5th, was plus 11. We certainly won't be getting there, but you know what? We won't be getting down to minus 20.6 either. So the main message for today, dress warm. Of course, watch for frostbite as well, especially throughout the morning hours. But hey, into the afternoon, we're up to -4. So that's going to feel certainly a lot warmer and a lot more comfortable. High pressure's in place. Mainly we'll see sunny skies throughout the day today. As we look ahead into this evening, the wind chill comes back into play. So again, monitoring that, especially if you do mean to be outdoors. And Wednesday morning, -11. That's our wind chill. But Wednesday, I have to say, that's when the warmth comes back into play. We will see a high over 0 degrees. Well, it's great to see you here this morning, 6:14 a.m., and you're watching the Weather Network. Another cold start, and the extreme cold alert is still in place for the city of Toronto. Right now, we're sitting exactly at the criteria, actually. Core temperature of -15 with a wind chill of -20. It's another frigid morning out there, but I have to say, as we head into the afternoon, temperatures are looking a little bit better. But as we focus now in Ontario, Trenton, -18 with a wind chill of -22, a core temperature of -25 in Ottawa this morning. But hey, look at this afternoon. This is almost going to feel warm. -4 for the city of Toronto. All right, now let's share your weather. All right, time now to share your pictures right here on the Weather Network. And we'll start off this edition in Kingston, Ontario. Yeah, have a look at this. A fire in the sky. Nicole Watson was able to capture this scene and send it to us here at the Weather Network. You can find me on Twitter at Rachel Schoutsen. Tweet us your pictures and use that hashtag Share Your Weather for a chance to see them on TV. Now, Kingston, this looks like a cold scene. It certainly is a cold morning there. A wind chill into the -20, so keep that in mind as you are headed outside today. Now, next I want to take you into Angus, Ontario. This one sent to us by Greg, and this morning in Angus, a core temperature into the -20, so certainly a cold one. And the auroras, well, they have been active. You got to be out in Alberta to see them. Roland captured this one. Hey, Kim, thanks for that around the world. And I have to ask you, are you tired of the cold yet? Well, we're going to be taking you somewhere really warm in about 1 minute here, but today it's just cold. Yesterday we called it frigid. We saw wind chills into the deep -20s for many people in the GTA, but today just cold. The morning is certainly not going to be comfortable. I'll tell you right now, if you're just stepping outside, prepare for the potential of frostbite. Yeah, the wind chill is still -20 for the city of Toronto. As we look at it here, -17 right now, I should say. Core temperature though, -12. You could get frostbite in a situation like that. Now, as we head into the afternoon, things are looking a little bit better. Hey, look at this, -4. We're closer to that 0 degree mark, so we will be warming up into the afternoon, jumping over 10 degrees for some cities in the GTA. So the warm up is coming and things are getting even better, especially as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. Now, this evening, -4 with a wind chill of -10. Up in Barrie, the wind chill is still -16. So you're preparing for that cold, bracing for the cold, especially through the afternoon today. Kids out at recess, let's say, if they let them outdoors, really dress for those elements. Now, Wednesday here, it's a return to seasonal. We will see daytime highs above the freezing mark. Very nice here at 2 degrees. Pretty much fair and mild into Thursday as well. And then a system comes in on Friday, warm enough to rain. Now, speaking of warm, let's head to Arizona. Yeah, imagine that, skating to work this morning. Well, it certainly is going to be cold enough to skate, I'll tell you that. Right now, the wind chill -20 for the city of Toronto. But we do have a big jump in temperatures coming up. Yeah, about a 10-degree jump today for some places in the GTA. And rush hour begins. I'll show you some traffic cameras coming up. But first, I want to talk about this extreme cold alert. These are issued by the city of Toronto, and it is still in place because we are certainly still seeing that cold this morning. It's in place when the core temperature is -15 or the wind chill of -20, and that's pretty much exactly where we are sitting right now as we take a look at the city of Toronto. Just hitting that criteria. So the extreme cold is still in place, but I have to say, good news as we head into this afternoon, we will be seeing a warm up. As we look at us here, -4 with a wind chill of -9. When you compare that to yesterday's brutal, frigid air, this is going to be looking a whole lot better. High pressure is in place. We're not seeing snow squalls today. A mix of sun and cloud for us here. Southerly flow, and that's going to warm our temperatures even more in through Wednesday and Thursday as well. So this afternoon for us, -4, Guelph at -5, Barrie -6. All right, let me take you out onto the roads now. Well, it certainly is another day of bundling up here in the GTA. Extreme cold alert. This is issued by the city of Toronto. This still remains in effect. Look at us here. -15 with a wind chill of -20 at 6:43 a.m. Think about dressing yourself properly today. Of course, we're going to be experiencing conditions similar to what we saw yesterday morning, but the difference is today into the afternoon, we're actually going to slightly warm up. It's going to feel pretty good at -4. A nice difference for us here. Yeah, the afternoon, the wind chill feeling like -9, but when you put it into perspective, considering what we're feeling now this morning and yesterday's cold, this afternoon, I think it's going to feel, let's call it warm, all right? Let's focus in now on this evening. Still -4 with a wind chill of -10. So again, the cold is here, but we actually are going to be rising really in through Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to be looking at mild and fair conditions, a mix of sun and cloud, temperatures even going above the freezing mark. As we look at a daytime high on Wednesday, will be above 2 degrees. Now, I want to take you out onto the roads and show you a few issues out there. For the most part, the drive is looking very nice, though. 2 delays. The Don Valley Parkway, though, this route still looking really nice this morning. Some more volume, yes, but no problem. So we're off to a good start. Now, Kevin has been outside, and he's been talking about, of course, if you do get into an accident this morning, unfortunately, or if you perhaps have a stall, make sure you have blankets in the car because it certainly is cold out there. So the warm-up is coming, yes, into the weekend. We're going to be 6 degrees on Saturday, but cold air is certainly coming into place. Look at this pocket of really Arctic air. That is moving towards our region. We will feel it next week, and this is really going to fire back up the snow squalls. Well, it's great to see you here. 7:03 a.m. and we're getting back to routine, back to work, back to school, and, well, back to winter. Yeah, the cold, we certainly felt that yesterday. It was frigid in through the GTA, and this morning we're feeling that again. Unfortunately, that extreme cold alert, it is still in effect, but the good news is we'll jump about 10 degrees today through some places in the GTA. So, Kevin Yarde, you're out this morning in the city of Toronto. It certainly is a cold one, but things are going to get better into the afternoon. Yeah, Kevin, you got that right. We will be seeing some sunshine in through this afternoon, and today we don't have to worry about snow squalls. No, high pressure is firmly in place. Let's take a look at our almanac here. January the 5th, the lowest temperature ever recorded on this date, -20.6. We certainly won't be getting there, or 16 centimeters of snow, but in terms of being at average 1.6, we're certainly going to be a little low today. A daytime high of -4. It's still going to feel a lot warmer, though, than what we felt yesterday. All right, let me take you out onto the roads now where traffic is moving pretty nicely this morning. Pass through this zone, so do plan for some extra time. All right, let's talk about Wednesday now, because Wednesday, well, things are starting to look a little better in terms of being even more mild. As we look at the morning, -5 with a wind chill of -11. Into the afternoon, we're going to be warming up to actually be above the freezing mark. Look at this here, 2 degrees for the city of Toronto. Similar conditions in through Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. A Colorado low on the way. Saturday, we'll see a high of about 6 degrees.
Okay.
Oh, yes, it certainly is another cold morning out there, Kevin. A frigid day yesterday, a frigid morning this morning, but I have to say, things will be getting better into the afternoon. The extreme cold alert for the city of Toronto is still in place, but about a 10-degree jump today. So we will be seeing warmer conditions in through the afternoon. We're still talking cold. We're still talking -4 for a daytime high, but it's going to feel a lot more comfortable than, well, what we felt yesterday. Now, speaking of that cold weather alert, these are issued by the city of Toronto when we see a temperature of -15, a wind chill of -20, and that's exactly the case this morning, so you do want to bundle up. Now, quickly, let me take you out onto the roads where traffic is moving pretty well. We're seeing just a busy drive in and around the GTA, but for the most part, the 401 is in great shape.
Well, you might want to beat this cold weather this afternoon. Halifax, -8 for the daytime high. Coldest day of the week for you in the Maritime provinces. St. John's, a big drop compared to yesterday, -8. Toronto, -4 into the afternoon, and out west, Calgary, -8. Vancouver, 3 degrees with some showers. So how about getting away from it all and going to the Bahamas? Nassau, 23. We are seeing some showers there into the afternoon. If you're headed to Havana, it's going to be 24. Kingston, a hot 30 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud.
Well, a very good morning to you, and thanks so much for making the Weather Network a part of your day today. We certainly are still talking about this cold. It is 7:43 a.m. It's -14 in the city of Toronto with a wind chill of -18. Oh boy, that is cold. As we take a closer look in Ontario, specifically here, Ottawa, a core temperature right now of -24. So the cold winter, it is certainly here, and Kevin Yarde can probably, well, attest to that the best. Kevin, what's it feeling like out there this morning? Okay, Kevin, so you said it's minus 20 in Barrie. Well, you'll be rising 14 degrees in through the afternoon. Minus 6 is your daytime high in Barrie. That doesn't seem that bad, right? It's all in perspective here. Minus 4 for the city of Toronto. So we certainly are warming up a good amount as we head into the afternoon. Southwesterly flow, that's going to be bringing up our temperatures. This evening, we're still watching for those wind chills, though. Of course, they can be dangerous. We'll see some gusts close to 20, 25 kilometers an hour. And then Wednesday afternoon, hey, look at this. Where has the cold gone? We're above the 0 degree mark, 2 degrees, and we'll be seeing temperatures like this Wednesday and into Thursday. Friday, a Colorado low is coming into play, and that's going to be bringing us rain. Key there, warm enough to rain. All right, let me take you out onto the roads right now, where the drive has been looking pretty good this morning. Well, a very good morning to you, and thanks so much for tuning into the Weather Network today. As we look at our current temperatures, it's another cold morning in the city of Toronto, minus 14 with a wind chill. That feels like minus 18 out there. As we look ahead at Ottawa, core temperature of minus 24. So it's another frigid morning. Some of us calling it brutally cold out there. As we look at our almanac, we should be at around minus 2 for a daytime high. Now, we're not going to see the coldest January 5th we've ever seen at minus 20.6. Today, a daytime high of around minus 4. So we're still talking slightly below seasonal here. All right, I want to turn things over to Kevin Yarde. Kevin, you know it, the best being outdoors, and it certainly is cold this morning. Could you describe it in one word?
Well, it's one word. Unbearable. Yeah, I think that's what is one word.
Thanks for that, Kevin. Kevin Yarde is live in the city of Toronto. And yesterday, if you were watching, he said his threshold is wearing the toque. So you can see the toque is certainly on this morning. All right, high pressure is in place. It's going to bring us some sunshine. It's going to look nice outside today. Southerly flow is going to warm us up. So that's why we're going to see about a 10 to 15 degree jump in temperatures today. This morning, it was minus 20 in Barrie. Wednesday morning, minus 8. So we're looking at much better conditions through this afternoon and then heading into Wednesday and Thursday. To end off this week, we are going to be watching a Colorado low coming into play. It's going to be warm enough to rain. Look at this, Wednesday afternoon, 2 degrees. That low's coming into play for Friday evening. Now let me take you out onto the roads here and show you some traffic. What's happening here? All right, Kevin, some good advice for the morning. And I also want to mention the city of Toronto officially has said that that extreme cold alert will be over at noon today. Temperatures will be warming up, but for now, well, we're looking at a cold start. Warm up though, minus 4. Yeah, feeling like minus 9. When you put that into perspective of what Kevin was just mentioning with our current conditions, that's a lot warmer and a lot nicer. High pressure comes into place here, and we will be seeing some sunshine. No snow squalls in the forecast today. As we look at the radar here, it really is just a quiet start to the morning. All right, let me take you out onto the roads because I want to show you one issue here. This is the Well, a very good morning to you, and thanks so much for making the Weather Network a part of your day today. It certainly is a cold day, but the good news is that this extreme cold is coming to an end for now. That extreme cold alert that has been issued by the city of Toronto will officially end at noon today. Now, right now, it's 8:43 a.m. It's minus 14 in the city of Toronto. It feels like minus 18. We have some tie-ups on the Don Valley Parkway. I'll talk about that in a second. But first, Kevin Yarde, out to you. Good morning, and thank you for braving the cold for us.
Minus 20, so bundle up. So everybody's excited about the cold? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs down. There you go. Okay. Thank you. Back inside of the studio. Nobody's happy.
Oh, that's funny. Kevin, I don't think you're everyone's favorite weatherman today. All right, let's look at this. This afternoon, minus 4. Temperatures are going to be rising about 10 to 15 degrees for some places. Look at Barrie. Started off the morning at minus 20. Now up to minus 6 as we head into the afternoon. Quickly, I want to show you this out on the roads before we get into our weather here. This is the northbound Don Valley Parkway. All right, let me take you into this evening now. Our daytime high, minus 4. This evening, still at minus 4. Those winds slightly picking up though, so it's going to feel around minus 10. The good news is the winds are no longer coming out of the north. Now they're coming out of the south, and that's allowing us to be a little bit warmer, and that mild trend is really going to build, especially as we head towards Saturday. Look at Wednesday. Our daytime high above 0, 2 degrees, so we certainly are seeing a change. By the time we look at Saturday, a daytime high of 6. We will see some rain showers develop late Friday. They'll last through Saturday, but I want to mention this cold pocket of air comes from the Arctic, and it's headed our way into next week. Well, aren't we all just becoming too familiar with the cold? We started off again this morning with that extreme cold weather alert in place for the city of Toronto. But the good news is some cities in the GTA are going to be jumping around 10 to 15 degrees as we head into this afternoon. And I want to talk about this as well, the wet weekend ahead. It's going to be warm enough to rain this weekend. We're going to be seeing daytime highs of around 6 degrees on Saturday. Let's take a look at our almanac for today. Today is January the 5th. It's Tuesday, and we certainly are not going to be breaking any record lows here. No, minus 20.6, no way. We're going to be warming up to about -4, so slightly below seasonal, but still pretty comfortable for us here with a wind chill of -9. Of course, it's all in perspective. Barrie this morning was -20, warming up to -6 this afternoon. So far, so good, right? High pressure's in place. This high pressure has actually shut off the snow squall machine, so we won't be seeing any of that development today. A mix of sun and cloud. So far, things are looking pretty good. And then as we focus in on Wednesday, be careful of the wind chill. Last 24, 36 hours, let's say, it certainly has been in favor for the ice wine producers. All right, let me take you into your forecast now. I'm Rachel Schoutsen. You are watching the Weather Network. And as we look at this afternoon, -4 for the city of Toronto. Still cold, but we're not calling it frigid. No, that was the story yesterday. As we look ahead into this evening here, -4 with a wind chill of -10. So you're still dressing for those certainly cold temperatures. You need the parka, you need the hat, the scarf, certainly the gloves as well. And it's always a good idea this time of year, of course, to be topping up on the windshield wiper fluid and perhaps putting that emergency kit into the car as well. Wednesday afternoon here, look at this, 2 degrees. We're above the freezing mark. A warmer trend will end off the week. We'll talk more about that coming up. But first, let's share your weather. All right, Deb, thanks for that. We'll look forward to this. Maybe the cold is also making you think about, hey, I need to go on vacation. Arizona might be the spot for you. Now, yesterday we called our weather frigid. Yeah, it was very cold in the city of Toronto. Today, we're just calling it cold. Yeah, we're getting rid of the frigid. This morning, the wind chills were still into the -20s. But as we look into the afternoon now, things are going to be a little bit better. This morning, still a wind chill of -18 for the city of Toronto. Ottawa, a core temperature of -19. We're looking at really cold air here. But this afternoon, some southerly flow, and that's going to bring up our temperatures. Okay, -4. That's not going to feel so bad with a wind chill of -9. It's all in perspective, right? Now let's take a look at this evening here. Still at around -4, wind chill of -10, and also up in Barrie, -16. That certainly is going to be cold. Now I want to show you our pattern here as we look forward. We are going to be seeing a return to seasonal. By the end of the week, we'll be above 0. Well, it's great to see you here this morning. You are watching the Weather Network. I'm Rachel Schoutsen, and the cold here to stay. This is the second morning in a row where we're waking up with that extreme cold alert in place for the city of Toronto. But the good news is we're going to be jumping about 10 degrees today, some places 15 degrees as we head into the afternoon, still below the 0-degree mark. We'll talk more about that coming up, and also a wet weekend ahead with a Colorado low coming into play for Friday. So when it gets this cold in the GTA, wind chills close to -30, we love to complain about it, and here's what you had to say. Well, things are going to be getting better today. Look at this, a daytime high of -4. Yeah, yesterday we were at around -11, -12. So already a big jump in temperatures here as we look ahead into this afternoon. And we'll see the sunshine, all courtesy of this. High pressure is in place. And what we are seeing is a good southerly flow. And as we do see this, well, the snow squall machine has been shut off. So good news here. And some of that warm air continues to be ushered into our region. So this afternoon, -6 in Barrie. You started off the morning at -20. So we're warming up. We're still cold, but we can't call it frigid anymore. As we look at Wednesday morning, do be careful of the wind chill. And now let me take you into your long ranger here. If you don't love this cold, which who really does, right? Well, I have some good news for you. A warm up is coming into play. We're going to start to see that through this afternoon, and especially in through Wednesday and Thursday, a return to seasonal. We're not talking 15 degrees here. No, absolutely not. But we'll be getting above the freezing mark. So that wind chill is not going to be such a huge concern as we look at the latter half of this week. All right, time now to take a look at your long ranger here. I'm Rachel Schoutsen, and after a few past days of very cold air here for us in the GTA, temperatures are really going to be warming. We'll start to feel that Wednesday and into Thursday, and as we take a look at Friday, a Colorado low approaches our area, and the key here is that it's warm enough to rain. Yeah, we will be seeing rain throughout the evening on Friday. For most of the day, dry conditions, and then the evening, those rain showers move through. We do have the potential up in places like cottage country and ski country. Here we could see some mixing and some ice pellets, so heads up if you do have travel plans to this region. As we take a look at Saturday here, we could see an additional 5 millimeters of rain with this, but look at these temperatures, 6 degrees from the city of Toronto. That is certainly above seasonal, about 8 degrees above seasonal for this time of year. So that's the forecast here into Saturday, and I want to show you the model. So this is the low as it comes into our region Friday. You can see we're fairly dry throughout the day. Those rain showers will pass through, and then as we look ahead into Sunday, we do have some very cold air on the way. Now it depends if it does reach our region into Sunday. Well, this is where we could see some mixing, and this is where our real dive in temperatures could begin. So as we look at Sunday here, temperatures are cut in half. We're at 3 degrees for the city of Toronto, 1 up in Barrie, and as we do have some moisture in the atmosphere here, depending on how fast that Arctic air moves into our region, we could see temperatures a little bit cooler than this, and then, yeah, you guessed it, you're putting the pieces together. This rain could be some snow. Now the cold air is coming back into play. Have a look at this. This map is quite interesting. This is a pocket of extremely cold air, and it's going to bear down across the prairies, and it's going to move into our region here. We will have an upper level low in place, and essentially this is going to hold that Arctic air over our region. So this week we got away with only a few days of cold, but persistent cold into next week, and we will really have to watch the lake effect because we could see a lot of that into next week.